Thank you for calling the Copper Pot Chicken Company. To place an order for pickup, please press 1. To place a delivery order, please press 2. To speak to someone at the restaurant, please press 3.
Thank you for calling Copper Pot Chicken. Michael speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, Mike, this is Andrew. May I speak with Paul again?
Sure.
Thank you.
Your call is important to us. We'll be right with you.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Paul. How's things picking up at the restaurant?
We're good actually right now. We have a little bit of time.
Okay, cool. Are things getting busy, or how's your Thursday mornings usually look?
Usually we are pretty busy, but I have some extra staff in today, so I have some time, definitely.
All
If
right.
you want to just come in, you can come in right through the front.
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah, I mean, if you're
I'm not. Oh, I'm not here. Yeah, I'm actually. Yeah, I'm actually at my office. I'm not even here. I'm not even by the location.
okay.
Yeah, you want to just talk?
Then
You want to just chop it up on the phone real quick?
you're fine.
Okay, cool. All right, Paul. So this is,
Yeah, whenever you.
Yeah, Paul. So this is kind of like how I wanted to kind of get out of this call. I kind of just wanted to take the first 2-3 minutes to just explain myself, kind of like I did last time, just like, the value we bring to our clients, how we help restaurants, and how we think we could provide value to you. And then after that, and basically, what differentiates me from any other person, basically, or a company that does similar work. And then I'll turn the tables a little bit to you and just find out more about, your company, because I really love what you're doing. I love how niche your restaurant is and how you kind of narrowed in with what you offer on the menu. I think it's beautiful, and that's kind of why I reached out to you in the first place. So that's kind of like what I wanted to get out this call. And before I go on, like, was there anything in particular? Because I know you said that you have a social media person, and you're never the person that kind of turned down anybody. So I guess, was there anything else you was trying to get out this call?
No, I mean, like I said, I wanted to have you come in so I could see physically what you're talking about. I mean, honestly, I know we're happy with our
Got
media
it.
person, so I don't want to lead you on and let you think that, like, by coming to see me that's going to change.
Right.
But what I was looking for is for you to come in and speak with me directly. That way, I actually have something I can say when I bring it up with my managers and say, hey, I sat down with this gentleman. He showed me this presentation, and this is what could benefit from you guys if you were to do it. I am going to preface, though, I know that we're content with our management and our media. She's been with me now for over a year. She's been with the company for over like 7 or 8 years.
Right.
So there's really not much that we're looking to do as far as changing things up. If your company has something that we may be able to do as an addition to what we're already doing,
Right.
that's where I'm interested in talking.
Mm-hmm.
But being honest, as far as like finances and all things like that, we probably aren't going to be looking to pay very high or pay into any kind of marketing. Our marketing that we do have takes care of.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that does place the ads through the multiple sources that he uses as ads. He has multiple print companies that we use in order to get flyers and things like that at large discounts, because we do have full restaurants that we market for at the same time.
Right.
And our social media marketing person is someone that's very well adept and has a great track record with some very high-end accounts. So, I mean, I was asking you to come in so that I could physically meet you and see what you had to offer. But I mean, that is pretty much where we stand in the situation, as far as where we actually have and the loyalty that we've built with the accounts that we already have.
Right. Well, Paul, you got me excited. You got me excited. I'll tell you why. So I work with restaurants and medical spas in particular. That's kind of like my two verticals, and I work with about 5 restaurants currently. And every single restaurant that has brought me in has a social media person. So that just got me excited. I'm not sure how familiar you are with track, but have you heard of Usain Bolt? Like the runner?
Say again?
Have you ever heard of the runner Usain Bolt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So like you have Usain Bolt, and then you have guys like Jesse Owens, people who run like miles and things like that. So me personally, I don't do any social media posting or anything like that. The companies that bring me on, or restaurants that bring me on, you usually already have a person that does that type of stuff. So when you say in addition, that kind of got me excited because that's exactly what I do. I work in addition to what you already have going on. So I'm not a person that takes thousands of pictures and then creates the content calendar. That's not really my role, and companies that bring me on usually do that. So that's number one. That got me excited. And number two, as far as coming in, I would love to, and I'm definitely willing to do that. I guess I just wanted to talk to you for 10 minutes, just so when I come in, I know if there's a fit I can even plug in. You know what I mean? Because if you're already doing what I do, which I'm not sure if you are, but there's so much that I do. I wouldn't even know what to talk to you about when I came in. So I just wanted to talk to you for like 10 minutes to see, figure out your goals. What aren't you doing, right? Because you're doing print, you're doing social media, you're doing a great job. Which is why I reached out to you, because I don't particularly work with restaurants that don't do anything, because then that's a hard job for myself. So I know you're doing a lot. I just wanted to see if I am going to do anything in addition, what you were looking to, I guess where you were falling short or where you think you could be stronger as far as marketing. So that's kind of why I didn't want to come in, because I wouldn't even know where to talk to you at. So yeah, so I guess with that being said, that kind of segues me to you guys, because like you said, you are doing a lot on social media, and the pictures are great. Like your social media person is absolutely fantastic. The pictures that she posts and the stuff that she does, like that's the type of person I would want to work for, because she creates great content. Now me, I'm focused on getting you known and making your awareness to a new set of audience. So for example, let me look at your Instagram really quick. You have about 709 people following you on Instagram right now. That's great. And your social media person is creating great content for those 709 people. And the point of a social media person like the person you have is so you want to create that great content so you stay on top of mind. I used to live in Beverly Hills, and the old Hollywood saying is out of sight, out of mind, right? Which is why you have somebody constantly posting so you can get these people to come in. So what I help restaurants do is create more of an awareness so your social media person is reaching more people. Do you understand like the difference? So it's like a Usain Bolt, which is a fast-paced runner, versus a Jesse Owens who can run a mile. Like even though it's running, it's two different skill sets. Does that make sense, Paul?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
All right, cool. So I guess with that being said, that explains myself. So kind of turning the ball over to you. Out of all the stuff that you are doing, right, the Groupon, the Facebook, the Instagram, the print media, like out of all that stuff, I'm curious, like what is working the best for you as far as bringing people in the door?
I'll be honest with you, man. I mean, almost all of it ends up giving us some form of business because we're not new at this game.
Right.
As far as when I do my marketing, when I do my planning, when I have those photos done, those are not, just coincidence.
Right.
It's all planned. So if I have, like, typically Thursdays is the day my media manager comes in. She'll already have plates ready to roll for her to take photos of. So I plan those items knowing that they're items that I'm trying to push or items that I want sold. As far as my print and marketing media, we use the major players that are in the town and in the area, along with some major print companies, to allow us to get a high discount on our flyers and our paper items. That we do on occasion do the flyers. We will go out and like hand out menus and that kind of thing. But to be 100% honest, our Instagram pulls in a fair amount of business. Our word of mouth pulls in a larger amount, which for me is more important because I don't care about the gimmick. I don't care about whether or not the photo looks really good and the content in the paragraph looks really good.
Right.
I more want people coming into this restaurant leaving saying that they were content, happy, and then telling 10 people. We all know the statistics. We all know that, one person comes into a restaurant, they have a bad experience, they tell 7 people. We also know that one person comes into the restaurant, they had a good experience, they tell 2. Now, my goal is to make sure that everybody that I have come in, they tell 2 people. So when they come into this restaurant and they have a bad experience, we do everything we can to make sure that we go above and beyond and make sure that they know they're being taken care of. If they didn't like the food, if there was an issue, if it was cold, if it was not to their liking, if it was just sometimes it's a flavor profile thing that I spice it a specific way, and some people can't handle those kind of spices. I take that back. I take it off your bill, and I'll send you a new item out. So we do everything we need to do in order to do it. Now, my question to you would be is, what would be your plan to try and increase that 709 and get it up to something that'd be considerable, that'd be worth, doing?
Right.
That's where I want you to come in and sit down with me.
Yes.
And that's kind of where I have to end the conversation. So I would say the best thing to do now is to have you come in tomorrow and give me a presentation on how you expect to get those 700 followers up to 1,200. And if you're able to present me something like that, then I can actually say, okay, this is worthwhile working for it. Otherwise, I'll be honest, marketing to me as a chef is it's not my main focus. The business needs it, and we do need the word of mouth, but because of our word of mouth business and because of what we're doing, we are handling what we need to handle. And I don't want to say that in a way that makes it seem like we're disinterested.
Right.
It's just a matter of knowing our clientele, knowing our customer. You have to understand now, I've opened this restaurant about a year ago, and this restaurant has organically changed because of the customer. We listen to what our customers have to say. We listen to what they want. For instance, when I first opened, we had a larger menu that was, a little overbearing for what my kitchen is able to produce, but we were able to do it. When we originally opened, though, our idea was to be more of a pizza shop where you're coming in, you're not getting proper service, you're coming in, you're placing your order, you're leaving. We were expecting people coming in, spending 10 minutes and leaving.
Yep.
That's not what this town wanted. This town wanted, we're Chadwick's Kitchen, so therefore they expected a Chadwick service. So when that happened, we had to
pivot,
kind of reevaluate it and give a full-on service and get new items in and change the menu again. And as soon as we did, we saw an increase in business. As that continued, we listened to what complaints we did have. Some people didn't want potato salad. They were looking for mashed potatoes. So then when the fall menu rolled around, we gave those things to them. So that is my goal as a chef, is to listen to my clientele, find out what they actually want, need, and like, and produce those items for them so that when they come in, they get what they want, they get what they like, and then they leave and they tell two people. Now, on the flip side, when I have that person that comes in and they don't like what they have, I can't please everybody. I can go through, hoops and jumps and do all kinds of things to try and fix the situation. But it's not always going to happen. We're going to have disgruntled customers. We're going to have people that are going to go on Instagram. We had a gentleman that came in one day. They saw a photo on Instagram, and they were disappointed because when it came to their table, when they ordered it to go, it wasn't the same plate. And I said, well, sir, you ordered a to-go item.
Yep.
So it didn't come on a plate. It comes in a to-go container, which the presentation's obviously going to be different because it's a different vessel. And he was disappointed. And that is the kind of thing that I have no control over. I can't make you not happy or make you happy because, you wanted it on a plate that you thought you were going to walk away with my, $40 plate. You know what I mean?
So, Paul, let me ask you a question, because you said something interesting to me. You said that when you work with your media manager, that you have the plates ready to go. It's not coincidence she's going to come in today. You have your plates that you want to push. And I would imagine it's kind of the same with the print. So, I'm curious, how do you determine what plates that you want to push? Because you started off as one type of, restaurant, and you kind of pivoted based off your customer data, right? People came, they wanted to stay, so you switched the concept of the restaurant. Right now, how do you determine what plates you want to push? Like, is there a scientific method, or is it just a feel, a hunch? Like, you look at your POS system and say, okay, this is starting to...
It's a combination of both. It's both scientific method in the sense that I look at my data, I look at what I've been selling, I look at what's currently selling, this town is a fickle town. It changes its mind week to week. So some weeks we'll just get slammed with burgers and wanting certain items. Other times it's, they want just the fried chicken, or they want the sides, or whatever the case is. A lot of times I also base it on what the price of the market is. So, say for instance, I know right now beef has just dropped down to a price point that's super affordable. I'm going to order more beef right now, and I'm going to try and push the hamburgers. I'm going to try and make a new meatloaf and say, okay, we're going to for right now, and we're going to get the media marketing in, and we're going to make sure that they push that and flash that out as much as possible, so people know that we have a new meatloaf. Whatever the case is what I kind of go by. So I base it off of not only the market and the expense of what I'm trying to produce, because in the end I have a bottom line that I need to handle.
Absolutely.
I also base it off of what the clientele are telling me. I listen to the guests. I go to my tables.
Right.
Not often do you hear chefs, especially in a place like this, you don't hear about the chef going to the table and asking you how the food was, or asking how, very common, that's all it is. It's a chef coming saying, oh, everything okay?
Right.
And then moving on. When you have a complaint, I'm the first one to go to your table. I don't send my management out. I send myself. I listen to the complaint. I listen to what the issue was. Was it that it was cold? Was it that the seasoning was off? Was it that they felt it was too sour, too salty, too acidic? And I make the adjustments based on their critiques. I think it's important to listen to your customer, because if you don't, then you're kind of dead in the water. A lot of chefs like to work by ego. That's not the way it's going. Like, especially in today's market, It's not going to happen. You can't just put out the food you want to put out and say that you're going to charge $52 because you think it's worth $52.
Right.
It's just people aren't going to come in. So when it comes to those kind of things, the majority of our business, the majority of our marketing is literally just listening, understanding what our clientele wants, understanding what the clientele needs, and trying to figure out something that's also going to be competitive in the market. Meaning, I have 85 restaurants surrounding me. There's about 140 restaurants in this town alone. It's the largest city on Long Island with restaurants. There are more restaurants in the city per capita than any other place in Long Island.
Right.
So it'd be stupid of me to try and think that I'm going to take this chicken place and make, put 4 burgers on the menu when I have literally over 14 restaurants around my building that are all doing gourmet 40 times like style burgers. So I ended up cutting that down, and I give you 2. I give you 2 really well done burgers.
Paul,
that's how I work my market. I look at the products that I have. I look at the products that are around me, and I say, okay, there's a Burgerology in the area. There's a Bear Burger in the area. There's a Johnny Rockets in the area. I can't do a burger that's like any of those burgers. I need to do one burger really, really well that just makes all of those other burgers a little less appetizing.
Perfect. I have a question, Paul. I have a question, because you brought up something that's, a lot of business owners don't get that, right? They work off ego. So, for example, I was speaking to one of my clients, and they was like, Andrew, you were right. The value is created after the experience. So what do I mean by that? Like you just said, a lot of restaurants have 140 restaurants around them, but they're working off ego. They're creating, menu items that they like, and they're not listening to their customers, and then they expect the doors to be flooded, right? So I like how you said that you kind of listen and you change your menu, you change what you're pushing based off the data, based off the prices. So I see that you're on Groupon here. Is that, as far as the methodology behind Groupon, while you're on it, are you on Groupon to kind of create that value after the experience? Like, do you know when somebody comes in and they try your food, they're going to come back? Is that like kind of the reason behind your Groupon?
I think, no, we started using Groupon and Cinchbugs, one, because we felt that as a restaurant group, it would be beneficial. It's not, it's not that I'm doing specifically for Copper Pot. We use Groupon. Like I said, we have 4 other restaurants in this town that are all part of the same company. So if one of our restaurants finds it to be worthwhile to use something like that, then we decided as a group and as a collective, is it something that all the restaurants can benefit from? And Groupon just became one of those items. Cinchbugs similarly, mainly because we recognize the fact that we do have a high price point. We do have certain items that, we work with free range chicken. It's not a Popeyes. It's not a KFC where you're getting just small pieces of chicken that are basic dredge based. We have a chef's take on everything that we do. So in that respect, we looked at it and said, okay, well, Cinchbugs and Groupon offers the ability to get some people that maybe would like to dine at our places but can't necessarily afford to dine at our places all the time. We have a huge steakhouse here in Rockville Center. We have a major Italian restaurant here in Rockville Center and a large salsa. Hold on 1 second, sir.
Okay.
Andrew, I have to go real fast. I have a person here with some allergies I need to go take care of and make sure that they find out what they need. Let's do this. If we can schedule something for tomorrow at 12 o'clock, that'd be perfect.
Okay, great.
15.
I'm sorry.
Just 15 minutes of your time tomorrow. We'll sit down, have a quick chat about it, and we'll continue this then. Okay?
Okay, great. Would you prefer me come in, or would you prefer sharing your screen? Either way works for me. That way, because I know if you get caught up.
I'd rather have a face and a name like in front of me. That way, I can actually sit there and talk to my owner later and say I sat down, spoke with this person, and did it myself. You know what I mean?
Got it. And my last question last question before I let you go. That way, I can kind of prepare. So you're basically interested in just growing your following. That way, you can have your social media manager do what she does, or is there, because you spoke a lot about reviews. I guess just so I could be prepared for tomorrow. Yeah.
If there are other facets of your business that you can sell me on, I want to hear as much of it as I can, so I can give as much information to my owners and the people that are going to make the final decisions as possible. But like with that said, I do have to go. Okay.
All right, Paul, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
All right. Hey, Miriam. No problem. Just let me know how the engagement goes. Hey, Miriam. No problem. Let me know how the engagement goes. I definitely had some more ideas on how to actually drive customers, through the doors to your, brick and mortar. Hey, Miriam. No problem. Let me know how the. Hey, Miriam. Hey, Mariam, no problem. Let me know how the engagement goes. I definitely had some more ideas on how to drive traffic to your, offline store. That's what I hope. That's what I was hoping Friday would be about. But I'm sure you made the right decision. And just let me know whenever you reevaluate that present setup, and let me know, whenever you just want to chat or need some additional brainstorming. I'm always here for you. So wish you the best of luck, and I am here if you ever want to chat, Mariam. So I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.
Let me tell you about an opportunity that I can't get out of my head. There's a website called I just don't.
Hey, Mariam, no problem. Let me know how the engagement goes. I definitely had some more ideas on how to drive traffic to your, offline store. That's what I hope. That's what I was hoping Friday would be about. But I'm sure you made the right decision. And just let me know whenever you reevaluate that present setup, and let me know, whenever you just want to chat or need some additional brainstorming. I'm always here for you. So wish you the best of luck, and I am here if you ever want to chat, Mariam. So I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.
Stephen A. Your city, your team. You like Doctor? Is he a good fit?
No, I'm not. I don't like Doc there. I like Doc Rivers almost anywhere else, but not in New York. I don't believe that he would coexist with Steve Mills and Scott Perry. Doc Rivers is used to running his own ship, not used to just being the coach, answerable to folks above him who may not know as much basketball as him. I'm not saying that Steve Mills and Scott Perry don't know basketball, because my God, they know their basketball. But Doc Rivers has been around for a long time as a player, as a coach, as an executive, and he's been still.
But Stephen A., the fact that he and Bradley Beal have been there as long as they have together already with basically the same nucleus, and they keep hitting that wall, tells me that it's not going to happen, that there's a chemistry issue, and that they're going to have to choose between John Wall and Bradley Beal and make a move.
Well, I'm not sure it's going to come to that. I don't disagree with any of your points, but I'm not sure that the final point is necessary. I don't think it's going to come to that. I think we need to wait to see what John Wall is going to do. Here's the reality of the situation. Last night, we saw the value of a John Wall because there was no one that could make a play. Bradley Beal had played the night before against Milwaukee. He was completely exhausted before the game. They didn't get in until about 3 o'clock in the morning. He barely got any sleep. He was absolutely positively exhausted, but he went out there and he played and couldn't really get anything done. For the most part, he was virtually non-existent through the first 3 quarters. So we got to take into account that particular situation. As a result, Satoransky couldn't get anything done. Otto Porter had no help. Kelly Oubre needs to become a bit ambidextrous and learn to use his right hand more. Don't get me started with Marcin Gortat and his level of impotence thus far. He's got to step his game up. But it really showed the value of a John Wall because John Wall is one of the great two-way players in the game. Is he a superstar? No. But is he a star? Yes, he is. And he is sorely needed. Here's what we need to understand about John Wall. When he comes back, all the pressure is on his shoulders. All of it. Because this team leads the league in assists since he